April 1st, 2013. From Comedy Central's World News headquarters in New York, this is The Daily Show with Jon Stewart.
My guest tonight, very funny author Mary Roach is going to be joining us. But first, I want to talk to you about spring. It's finally here. First Robin, the Easter Bunny, delivering to children the unholy tinted spawn of a chicken and its chocolate bar lover. The Mets undefeated in first place. But enough about our spring. Enough about our spring. How goes the Arab Spring? The flourishing of democracy in the Middle East, countries formerly run by dictatorship that the U.S. Mostly supported. Hey, just out of curiosity, how are things going today in, Egypt?
The economy in Egypt, what a mess. Unemployment at 13%. Inflation's almost doubled since November.
Cairo's aging infrastructure goes untended.
Since the revolution, we've seen tourism drop annually about $4 billion.
The huge spike in sexual assaults against women.
Okay, I'm going to put you down for work in progress. Wow. I got to tell you, it sounds like this new Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi's got his hands full. I can't wait to see how he tackles these complex and urgent issues.
Egypt's public prosecutor has ordered the arrest of popular television presenter Bassem Youssef.
Oh, good! Who's that guy? I bet he's a terror. What's he been, sabotaging Egypt's infrastructure? Or harassing Egyptian women on the streets? Or unemploying Egyptian people? What's he do?
Bassem Youssef hosts a TV show known for poking fun at the president.
Wait a minute. Our Bassem Youssef? The comedian who hosts the incredibly popular weekly political satire show, Al Burnham-Egg? Now, I know Bassem pretty well, so you can imagine that I was shocked that this whole time I have been consorting with a criminal. What did he do? I'm ready.
The country's top prosecutor issued an arrest warrant charging the comedian with insulting both the president and Islam.
That's illegal? Seriously, that's illegal in Egypt? Because if insulting the president and Islam were a jailable offense here, Fox News go bye-bye. Yeah, they go bye-bye. But they don't go bye-bye. But you know, I guess the rules on freedom of expression are a little different in Egypt. Obviously, over there, you cannot sow hatred or insult religion. I'm just curious, what would something like insulting religion sound like anyway? Oh, that's insulting, all right. I mean, wow, I'm sure that when President Morsi hears about that, he is going to be so angry. I'm sorry, that is President Morsi? Really? He didn't by any chance precede those remarks with, here's the sort of thing you really shouldn't say in Egypt, did he? No? Oh. By the way, if you are gonna nurse your children on Zionist and Jew hatred, you really gotta breastfeed. I mean, it's the only way to ensure that your kid gets all the anti-Semitic nutrients that he needs. I mean, I guess in a pinch, you could buy Gerber's Elders of Zion formula, but it's a lesser product. Now, you know what? That was probably a one-time thing for Morsi. We all lose our heads occasionally and insult religion. Even in Egypt, just once, right? Once? Okay, two things. On the descended from apes front, I've got some bad news for you. It turns out it's more common than you might think. And as for the pig thing, come on! If you're gonna insult the Jews, you can't go with a kosher animal, your goats. So clearly President Morsi knows his way around a good religious insult. Is there anything else Bassem may have done here, perhaps concerning the president himself?
The show mocked him when he was awarded an honorary degree in Pakistan and also took aim at the president's less than fluent English.
Making fun of the president's hats and less than fluent English, that was my entire career for 8 years. Do you have any idea? That's all I did. And I'm sorry, you should hear what we say about the president we supposedly like, Barack. You smoke so much, your lungs are the only authentically black things about you. Kind of reminds me, actually, of his campaign slogan, yes, we can, but should we? That was, what happened to Barry from the block? Have we been fooled by the Baracks that you got? All that power that you didn't like when someone else had it, you decided to keep it. Oh my God, you're Frodo. You're Frodo! Don't arrest me! I don't get this, man! You're the president of Egypt, the inheritor of one of the greatest lands and people in recorded history. Your people invented civilization. The ancient Greeks went to Egypt and were like, what do you got there, geometry and mythology? Are you going to finish those? Could we use those? The Egyptians invented written language and paper, toothpaste, people being buried with their cats. That was you! A style of walking people sing about even today. Egypt built the Great Pyramids. Maybe you could get some of the folks who built those to work on getting you a thicker skin. Well, not the same people. I can't handle 2 Passovers. I can't handle it. So Bassem Youssef pokes fun of your hat and your lack of promised democratic reforms. What are you worried about? You're the president of Egypt. You have an army. He's got puns and a show. You have tanks and planes. We should know. We still have the receipts. Look. Silencing a comedian doesn't qualify you to be president of Egypt. Just president of NBC, I mean. Woo! I gotta tell you something. Talk about a once proud empire. Whatever problems you have in Egypt, at least you didn't greenlight Smash. Look, when you're... Sorry. A couple of bloggers just went nuts. When you are actually powerful, you don't have to be petty. I know, I'm petty all the time. And the truth is, look, come here, let me talk to you over here. Come here. Bubby. What are you worried about, Mr. President of Egypt? The power of satire to overthrow the status quo? I've been doing this crap fest for 15 years. Granted, I'm not as popular as Bassem, but we've had our nights. And just so you know, there's been a grand total of 0 toppled governments we brought about during that time. We couldn't stop the Iraq War. We tried. I couldn't even get Jim Cramer off the air. Jim Cramer, it's a money show where sound effects give you stock investment advice. It's a... But come on. Charging Bassem Youssef with insulting Egypt and Islam? I know Bassem. Bassem is my friend, my brother. There are 2 things he loves in this world with all his heart: Egypt and Islam. And his family. The 3 things. There's 3, and what is that flatbread with the cheese? It's tart. It's like a white, it's not Baba Ganoush, it's like, there's 4 things that he loves. My point is, Bassem Youssef loves Egypt so much, he chooses to live there, even though some crazy guy is threatening to arrest him. Oh, right. But by the way, without Bassem and all those journalists and bloggers and brave protesters who took to Tahrir Square to voice dissent, you, President Morsi, would not be in a position to repress them. For someone who spent time in jail yourself, for someone who spent time in jail yourself under Mubarak, you seem awfully eager to send other people there for the same non-crimes. And just like you, they will only emerge from prison stronger and more determined. So, all sending comedians and bloggers to prison accomplishes is lowering the quality of prison yard athletics. Obviously, look, you don't have to take democracy advice from a ape pig man like myself. But perhaps you'll listen to this brave Egyptian revolutionary.
Whoever criticizes me has the full right to do so. I welcome any criticism. I welcome every opinion. I welcome every view.
Bassem Youssef, Amr Moussa, Mohamed al-Baradei, they don't have to worry about going to jail.
They are Egyptians. They are part of my family from Egypt. There is no way that any harm can befall them because of their opinions or their personal opposition.
Now that's the kind of open democratic spirit that a great nation like Egypt deserves. Because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. The world is watching. No one wants to see Egypt plunge into darkness. Democracy isn't a democracy if it only lasts up until someone makes fun of your hat. We'll be right back.